Hi again. So in this lesson, we're going to talk about writing effective copy. Now, in the writing world, copy refers to the text you write that's intended to influence people to purchase your book. When writing your copy, you have to remember that you are not addressing everybody. Your book was not written for everyone, and you're not trying to convert the masses in order to get sales. Your book is intended for a very specific type of person. What kind of person did you write your book for? When you're writing your copy, your book description, and that you're going to be doing that when you're uploading your manuscript into KDP, you have like a room for over 5,000 characters or more. So your book description can be, as elaborate as you want it to be. When you're writing that description, you really need to keep in the forefront of your mind the type of person that you wrote your book for. And you need to act as if you're talking to that person in your mind as you're writing your copy or your description of your book. Marketing is both art and science, and one of the most powerful marketing tools I've ever come across is a book called This is Marketing by Seth Godin. And I'm not an affiliate, I'm not promoting his book for any reason other than it's phenomenal. Again, the author name is Seth Godin, and the book is called This is Marketing. I have a hard copy of the book. I have the audio version downloaded in my Audible account, and I revisit it frequently. If you only invest in one marketing resource, his book is the one that you want. Now, writing an in-depth, enticing, and clear description is an important part of your book's success. So take time to carefully craft your words and spend time writing that description because I mean, you also have within your description, you have an opportunity to include tons of key phrases and tons of key words that are going to also help people find your book. Now, psychology has everything to do with effective marketing. So within your description, you need to keep in mind that you want to make your shoppers feel something, and you want to convince them there's a logical reason to buy your book, and then you're more likely to make a sale. So first, you need to get your shoppers' attention. You need to hook them, right? And I know your high school English teacher used to always say, start your paragraphs with a hook, right? But that's important. You might start by asking a question of some sort to pique their interest. So for example, if you're publishing a goal journal, you might say something like, how many New Year's resolutions have you completely abandoned by February? Right. And then that kind of gets people thinking, oh yeah, I always abandon my goals by February every year. Right. And so you get them thinking, you get them feeling, right. And then after you get them thinking, and you get them hooked, you need to make them a promise of some sort. Be clear about how people will benefit from purchasing and reading your book. Is it going to solve a problem? Is it incredibly entertaining? Is it educational? Is it inspiring? Is it motivating? So you've got to hook them, make them feel something, and then you've got to make them a promise and tell them what they're going to get out of buying your book. So for example, if your book solves a problem, convince readers by, and this is a very, very clear formula. I have it all written out. So do make time to be sure you've read through the written text within this lesson. If your book is going to solve a problem of some sort, you want to convince your readers by making it clear you understand the problem, describing the negative feelings that you know are associated with that problem, describing other less effective solutions to that problem and what will happen if that problem is not solved. Then explain how your book offers an effective solution to the problem. That's a formula to follow. Okay. Now, if your book is intended to entertain, it's maybe educational or inspirational, then follow this formula. You want to address a need or desire in a unique way. You can be clever, you can be funny, you can be sincere, but just be real. Acknowledge and describe the consequences or outcomes of not having that need or desire met. Then explain how your book is going to fulfill that need or desire. Then reassure your reader he or she deserves to have this desire fulfilled by buying your book. So you need to find a balance between writing a lively and engaging copy but also remain professional, right? It should be written professionally, but it also shouldn't read with this overly stale, overly formatic, robotic tone, right? Robots don't engage people's emotions. So try to use everyday language and write with some personality as if you're speaking directly to your buyer. Okay. Now, again, you want to include as many key search terms and phrases as possible within the body of your description. You have thousands of characters allowed to write your book descriptions within KDP when you're uploading it. So take advantage of that. But it also needs to read authentically, right? So you don't want to overuse the same key search words just because you want to have as many in there as possible. So for example, don't use the word journal 20 times in a paragraph because you think it's going to make, you know, your book more easy to find within Amazon. Use a thesaurus if you have to. I use one all the time. Mix it up. Within your description, you also want to establish your authority as an author. Tell shoppers why you're qualified to write the book. So for example, I mentioned in some of my descriptions that I have a background in education if the book I'm publishing is related in any sort of way to education, or if it's just a more formal text. I also mentioned that my work has been endorsed by a New York Times bestselling author, Sean Aker, and by the Colorado Department of Education. So if your book is on parenting, be sure to mention that you're a parent. If your book is about yoga, be sure to share your own experiences with yoga. If you've written a romance novel, maybe share a short anecdote about the universal human experience of love and heartbreak, and so on. Establish your authority. Another key is to use bullets. So you can have a very in-depth description, but also keep in mind, some people are just going to glance really quickly at the copy, right? They may not take the time to read the whole description. So you want to use bullets to highlight the most important features that are going to quickly catch a shopper's eye, right? And that might include trim size, page count, and I've given you an example within the lesson here. I always use bullets to say what size the book is, how many pages the book is. I might say something about the cover design, and then I might do another bullet that says ideal gift for teachers or ideal gift for parents, right? Because maybe if somebody isn't going to take the time to read the copy, if they see that very quickly as they scan, they'll say, oh, this is a great book for teachers or for parents or whatever. And then they might go back and take the time to read the copy. So take advantage of the opportunity to use bullets to highlight the most important bits of your book. Also, be sure to spend time browsing through Amazon and read through other authors' book descriptions to get some ideas on how to write effective copy, particularly if their books are bestsellers, right? You want to model your copy, model your formula off someone who knows exactly what they're doing. And if somebody has a best-selling book, take the time to read through their copy, to read through their descriptions. What types of things are they including in the bulleted highlights? What kind of words are they using? Are there keywords very clearly leading back to the topic of their book? You know, so just browse through, see what other people are doing, take notes, and always feel free to borrow. Okay, write good copy and they will come. It's a promise. All right, so I will stop there and I will see you in the next video.